Okay, in this video I want to talk about the parts of cells. Okay, it's very important you know these different parts. Okay, there's might be a lot to commit to memory, but if you know what they do, you should be okay. All right, so these are usually called cell organelles as well. So cell organelles. Organelles means the parts of a cell. Okay, so here's a typical animal cell. Let's start off with an animal cell. So I mentioned before that animal cells look like massive blobs. Okay, they're just blobs, round blobs. Here are the components. Okay, you have a big blob in the middle called the nucleus. Okay, think of the nucleus of an atom. Okay, it's a big part. This is the center of a cell, and this is basically how it contains information for how the cell develops. Okay, so cell development, how the cell develops, contains information on how the cell develops, and chemical reactions happen here too. Chemical reactions occur in the nucleus. Okay. You have the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. Think of plasma. Think of jelly. Okay, it's like a jelly-like, watery-like jelly-like mixture. Okay, where a lot of the function, a lot of the work of the cell happens here. Okay, so cell work happens here. Okay, think of it like a stadium. Okay, nucleus is like a player, football player. Cytoplasm is a stadium, right? That's a cytoplasm. You have the cell membrane. Cell membrane is the wall. Think of the wall of the stadium. That is the skin. Think of it as a skin that holds the cell together. Okay, it keeps it round. Holds the cell together. It controls what comes in, controls in and out. Okay, what comes in, what comes out. That's the cell membrane. Okay, this is when you can see this using a light microscope. Okay, so that's a cell. Okay, think of it as a stadium. You have the players, like the nucleus. You also have things, little dots. That's called vacuole. Vacuole is basically contains waste. Contains waste chemicals. Okay, think of them as bins in the stadium. So you have these are different colors. It's actually a good analogy to use. Think of them as the bins at the stadium. Think of these as the players. So there are bins around the stadium. Think of this as a stadium wall, cell membrane, and think of the cytoplasm as the stadium. Okay, so it's one big stadium, different little things. Okay, the smaller parts of a cell are called organelles. So the smaller parts of a cell called organelles. Organelles. Think of them as organs, okay? Think of the cell as human, little parts, organelles, okay? Organelles are the vacuole, nucleus, cytoplasm, and membrane. That's all there is you need to know. Okay, building blocks. They're the building blocks of humans and animals, animal cells. Now, to see even smaller organelles, okay, there are even smaller ones. You can't see them with a light microscope. You need an electron microscope to see smaller organelles. Organelles, remember, are the small parts, the building blocks of a cell. You need it to see mitochondria. There's something called mitochondria and lyosomes. Okay. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of cells. Think of it as the administration of the stadium. Okay, the big bosses. They're the powerhouse. Okay, energy is released from the mitochondria. Very important. Lyosomes, the garbage disposal units. Okay, they get rid of waste. So the vacuole, as I mentioned, contain the waste. Okay, but the lyosomes make up the vacuole. So think of the vacuole as the bins. Think of the lyosomes as the waste inside. Okay. And basically, I should mention that mitochondria. Not to mention mitochondria actually responsible for respiration. Okay, they release energy. Energy is when you remember respiration. If you watched on one of my videos on teens, Respiration is the release of energy. Okay, it allows us to live, right? That's a animal cell. Let me talk about plant cells now. Remember, plant cells are big boxes. Okay. Inside, here's what you got. Okay. There are similar features, okay? You have a nucleus, big ball. Nucleus, remember, is the is where reactions take place and whatnot. You have the cytoplasm, the jelly-like structure. So nucleus is the players. Nucleus is the team, the football team, not the players. There's only one nucleus in each cell. It's the football team. Cytoplasm is the stadium. Then you have things smaller than the nucleus around cytoplasm called chloroplast. Okay, this is where photosynthesis happens, chloroplast. Okay, it's chemical. You have a cell wall, the stadium wall, okay, protecting the cell, keeping it in a round square shape. And inside the cell wall, you have the membrane. Membrane. Think of these guys as think of the cell wall, as the building, the walls. Cell membrane as the guards, security guards, okay? It's another layer of protection. In the middle, you have the vacuole. Okay? It's where all the waste is filled. Waste, water. It's a big sack of water, okay? Water sack. Big sack of water. Now, plants can't go hunting for food, right? So instead, they have to make it themselves using photosynthesis. Remember, photosynthesis is plants making food. Use it to make food. Photosynthesis. So now I want to quickly talk about unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay. Unicellular, multicellular, cellular organisms. Okay, it's important you know the difference between the two. Living things are made of only one type of cell. Made of one type of cell. Okay, many cells. Okay, uni means one. Unicorn. Think of unicorn. It's only got one horn, right? So unicellular, unicell. The word cell, it's not the word cell. Living things, unicellular organisms. So organisms are living things containing one cell, okay? If you ever get stuck, think of uni, one word, cell, one word, organism, one word. Living things with one type of cell. For example, bacteria. Okay? Multicellular, think of multivitamin, contains many vitamins. Multicellular organisms are living things with many cells, more than one type of cell. For example, humans, right? We contain many types of cells. So that's the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms.